yeah, yeah, yeah. TeeTv about to do an interview.
What's up? This is your girl, Laur'e Penn, and you are watching TeeTv.
All right, let's get started. Where are you from?
I am from Columbus, Ohio, Midwest.
Okay. What brought you down here?
My dreams brought me down here. I'm an artist. I sing and I write songs and a plethora of other creative endeavors. So, as much as I like my hometown, I felt like my dreams were more feasible to come true down in Atlanta. So here I am.
All right. So what got you into music?
What got me into music? That's such a good question. It's funny because my family is doesn't have much. My immediate family doesn't have much of a musical background. So as a young teenager, just like most teenagers, I was into like boy bands, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, and I would just sing their songs all the time. And one day I was just walking around the house singing their songs. I think it was like an NSYNC song. And my dad was like, "You can really sing. That was good. Sing it again." I'd be like, "Okay," because I was just mimicking what they said. So after that, I started taking it serious because I was like, "Huh, maybe this is a thing," and I really enjoyed doing it. So like, I got serious after my dad gave me that validation, I guess.
Okay. So how long have you been doing music?
Arguably for about 10 years.
Okay. Now I know you said you was listening to boy bands. Besides that, do you have any other influences, or is that a part of your influences? Or can you tell us more about that?
Oh sure. Um, you know, boy bands. That was an era. But that was just a starting block for me. So after I dived deeper into music as a teenager, I started to get more into R&B, blues, even country music, if you can believe it. I like all types of music, even pop.
Okay. You've been doing music for 10 years. In those 10 years, do you have any experiences you want to share with people? Good or bad?
Good or bad? Yes, yes, I do. I've had a lot of great experiences. I've done a lot of things positive, like I've sang backgrounds for celebrities, and I've toured overseas on like a gospel tour, singing for like a few months. I got to see some of the world. Um, but there are some drawbacks when you are an ambitious young person, and I think it's worth sharing, just in case there's somebody watching that may be like me, and possibly I can prevent them from making the pitfalls that I did. Like one story theme is you have to be cautious. So um, when I first got down here in Atlanta, I was just green. I'm from Ohio. Everything was different. The demographic was different. Like my eyes was just open, my ears was open. I was just happy to be here, and all I wanted to do was sing. And so, being that this is a city where a lot of people have dreams, there's gonna be also people that prey on people that have dreams. And I met one of those people. So it was a situation where I came down here and I was kind of mingling, socializing. I was meeting like people out, like producers and writers, and just going different places where people like that work. So I met this individual, and he happened to be a businessman. We talked for a little while. He sold me a dream, told me a lot of things that I wanted to hear as a young artist that didn't have a lot of experience in the game. So it got to a point where, you know, I was interested in making an EP. It was a 3-song EP, and he had told me that he knew some people. He knew a producer that could help me accomplish this goal. So he was name dropping. Told me he worked with all types of celebrities that I knew of growing up. Growing up, so I was very impressed with him. So he told me, okay, this because this producer is, celebrity producer, he's a little costly. So he gave me an amount to pay him. He was like, but you got to pay me because, you know, that's my guy. You know, he doesn't do like direct contact. Of course, I'm all ears. Like, looking back, I should have been like, red flags. So I gave him this money. We're talking thousands of dollars. That's how ambitious I was. Oh, yeah. And he took this money. I got to work with him. I got my little 3 songs. But the producer that I was working with, the same producer, he was just very hard and difficult to work with. And the sessions were not like amicable. And I felt like he was just, it was like more of a burden for him to do my music than the vibe that I was trying to catch. Like, you know, as an artist, you gotta be feeling good when you're in there so you can come out with the best results. And I didn't feel like that happened, but I paid this man, so we were gonna finish. Long story short, we finished the songs. He's dragging his feet to get me the mixes back. We're talking months. I'm pissed off, you know. I don't know what's going on. I'm talking to the middleman, the guy that set this up. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh, you know, he's really busy. You know, he's just kind of pushing me to the side, trying to, you know, just pretty much keep the peace, put fires out, finally get my songs. I ended up directly talking to this producer one day, and we both figured out that this guy took half of his wages. So I was thinking that these thousands of dollars was going to the producer when really this guy took half his money. And I was like, that makes sense because I wouldn't be too thrilled to work for pennies either. You know, so the moral of the story is I got. Don't be me. Like, I was young and just ambitious, and I didn't think to ask questions. I didn't think to look more into the red flags. I ignored all the red flags. So I would definitely say if you are an artist and you have talent or whatever your thing is about you that makes you, that makes you appealing, I would say protect that and be cautious of what you have, and don't allow people to, only allow certain people that are here for you to be in your circle, because that can really affect your future.
Okay. Now, I did my research. I remember you did have music out. Now you don't. So I'm guessing you're revamping or putting something together to come back out again.
Yeah, yes, I will say yes to that question. So if you look me up now, there's a lot of things that I've done online, but they're a little bit outdated, you know, and it's for a reason. It's actually kind of on purpose. So there's a lot of things that I've been working on in behind the scenes, but the things that I was coming up with, I don't really feel like reflected truly who I am. So I didn't feel as confident putting those out. So right now I am like back, and I'm working on a new album,
Okay.
and the album is called Sounds of the Deep. There's a reason behind that.
Can you tell us?
Yes, I'm so glad that you asked. So super, yes. Okay, so when I spent some time, I spent a hiatus, like taking a break from music, and I was like, I went through these periods where I was like not feeling inspired, and I don't know, I was kind of going in a different direction. I just kind of I even asked myself, do I even want to do music anymore? Like, what do I want to do? So one of my friends I went to school with, he knows me well, and he works at a large university down here, and there is a celebrity that actually, they do residencies. They have celebrities do residencies at this campus here in Atlanta every year. It's always somebody new. So this particular celebrity, I love her. So he invited me. She had a seminar just to pretty much announce her residency, and she did like this meet and greet, and it was like where she was pretty much doing like a speech. So during the speech, she was telling the audience how you should embrace what is not embraced in mainstream society. So this particular celebrity, she is well known for her texture of her voice. It's just heaviness in her voice, but it's so beautiful. And she's won Grammys and she's had success. But she had told a story where she was in music class and her teacher said, like, she had hit a deep note, most notes that females can't hit. And that teacher was like, ooh, do that again. And so she did it again. And like in that moment, like she had her aha moment, like kid. But she was like, I knew there was something special with what others are telling me is not popular. Like as a female singer, you know, you'll have like, we're supposed to be singing high and singing like in a certain register that people are just like kind of familiar with. But when you hit those lower tones, it's like, you don't really hear that a lot. And there's some artists that do it, and when they do, you know, and people love it. They have a audience, there's people, they have a demographic, they have a following. And so when I heard her speak like that, she basically said, embrace what is just natural to you. Me, I naturally have a lower like vibrato to my voice. I've been compared to like a lot of artists that have like that same deep texture. And for a long time, I steered away from it because I was like, oh, I need to sound like this, you know, let's sing it in this key. And some of it would be like hella uncomfortable for my voice. So after hearing her, I said, I'm gonna do an album, and our album is gonna be all singing in all my lower register. So I'm gonna name the project Sounds of the Deep. And that's where that's coming from, because I want to embrace like my lower tones that I never had before.
Okay. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Give me that shit.
Are we going to hear some of the stuff you had in the past? Because I know you said you had a lot of experiences. Will we hear some of those experiences in this project, or is just more about, what is basically what the project is more about?
So the theme in my that's such a good question. Thank you for asking me that. It's an opportunity to kind of give you a bit of like what I want to talk about in these songs. So during my hiatus, it wasn't just about, am I gonna do music anymore? Like I was like going through a period where I had to like start taking care of myself better. Like self-care was a theme, and what all the things that entail like taking better care of myself, like take care of your mental health. You know, if there's things you want to do in life that make you happy, do that. You want that job, go get that. You know what I'm saying? So I would spend a lot of time on me. Even if you want, it could be simple things. Oh, you want your skin to look better. Okay, go focus on that. You want to lose weight, go do that. You know, so these things I want to talk about in song, you know, and you know, obviously it's going to be interesting. It's not going to be no, you know, dissertation or anything, but I think I can creatively talk about my self-care journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Many late night talks in the beginning, sharing feelings. I never knew you to be this person. Now I see your true color. You had me going, thinking I was one and only. Selfish answer. I let my guard down, and you really took advantage.
appreciate that.
No problem. So where can people find you on social media? Or basically, where can they find you, period? Music-wise, entertainment-wise, photographic-wise, where can they find you?
You know, I'll be around a little. I'm just playing. You can, you can find me mainly on Instagram at Laur'e Penn. So that's LAUREPEN. My YouTube is the same. If you type it in, it's just with an apostrophe. So that's LAUR'(E), and then pen, like a writing pen. And TikTok is the same at Laur'e Penn. LAUREPEN.
Okay. You got anything to tell the people before we wrap it up?
Yeah, thank you. If you have made it to this point in the interview, thank you so much for taking the time to discover a new artist, new to you, old to me, you know. And I would say be patient and graceful with yourself. We live in a society where we have to just get over things and it's instant gratification, you know. But it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to sit with yourself. And it's okay not to know what you're doing. It's okay. And just know that wherever you are on the right path. And once again, thank you for listening to me.
I know you waited for this one. Someone's gonna love you, love you, love you the way you want them to. Someone's gonna need you, need you, need you the way you need them to. Imagine that they played no games, did everything they say. Yeah, someone's gonna love you, love you, love you the way you love them too.
So, again, this is your girl, Laur'e Penn, and you have watched TeeTv.
Stay tuned for more.